Wake up in the morning, enter the poultry unit, feed the birds. Oh, you can see the birds right here. They're chilling, scratching the ground. Most of them are just relaxing. Actually, currently it's late morning or early afternoon. I'm actually not very sure of the time. I'll check my phone. What's the time? 11:34, so it's late morning. It's not yet afternoon. And the birds are done feeding. The birds are fed very early in the morning. When they are let out in the morning, we give them their feed. But since they are free-range birds, our goal is to free-range the birds. We don't want to give them, commercial feed full-time. We just give them a small portion of the feed as commercial feed. Probably around 30-40% of their food as commercial feed. And the rest of the food, they have to look for it right inside here. So you'll see them scratching around in the ground a lot. Now I know some of you probably read the title of this video and you're thinking, oh my god, doctor, you should be collecting billions from farming. No way, farming is more than just collecting money, guys. It's more than just that. I do vividly remember my life as a doctor. Get up in the morning, go take a bath, put on my scrubs or whichever way it is, and go to the field, start working on clients. I was lucky enough to be a doctor who doesn't work in a hospital, because that would have been the most pathetic thing for me. I hated the hospital environment. I loved being free, so for me it was field work. I was working on patients, stroke clients, but in the field, not in the hospital setting. But that was boring. It felt very restrictive. It just wasn't me. I didn't love that kind of life. I wasn't free. I wasn't free to live me. I wasn't free to do me. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering what a cow is doing inside the poultry unit, this is one of the bulls on the farm, and we have two main bulls on the farm, but the two bulls are very, very antagonistic to each other. They like fighting, they just don't love each other. So what we decided to do is to put one of the bulls inside this unit to prevent the fighting the entire time. They had actually started losing weight because they would never eat the entire time they were fighting. So we put one of the bulls inside here while the other bull is with the rest of the cattle. And then every week we keep switching them out. So this one is having its turn inside the pasture. The next week it will be moving out. I'm sorry for the noise, guys. They are trying to work on the tractors in the background. And we actually also have a sheep inside the area because it's blind and so it can't move out with the rest of the sheep. It would have problems navigating the area. So we leave it inside this poultry unit. There's sufficient grass for them to feed on. And the chickens actually do love it because when the cow is inside here, it does poop. And when it poops, its dung is infected by insects. Insects come and, is that infecting or infested? I don't know. The insects come and enter the poop, and then the chickens love to scratch the cow dung. We probably need to get a few more cattle inside here, so it's a little bit more enjoyable for the chickens. We'll probably get 2 or 3 more. I think I like the idea. It's actually starting to drizzle just a little bit, but that's not a problem. The chickens, they don't mind the rain. It's not a lot of rain. Well, I'll tell you exactly what living the dream life is for me. You see in here, we have a goose and 3 goslings. We didn't just hatch 3 goslings, we hatched 5. But then we actually laid at least 18 eggs. Out of the 18 eggs, we just had around 6 or 5 goslings, and now we only have 3 that are alive. One of them did make it on the very first day of life. One of them died as soon as it was put in here, and another one was stepped by one of the mothers. So what we actually did is that we removed one of the mothers from inside here, put her out, and then we put one of the other mothers. So one mother is looking after a gosling from the other goose, and then 2 of her own goslings. Now guys, for me, this is the life. I had always dreamt of a life where I'm free to be me, where I'm free to live the kind of life that I feel satisfies me and just brings me joy. Now that's what they call a dream life. You see, right here on the farm, this is what I usually do currently. Get up in the morning, open for the chickens, make sure that they are fed, they have their food all around, then go and check on the other chickens, check on the eggs that they are producing, pick out the eggs, store them, start selling them out to people, move out of the farm, put them on a truck, take them off the farm, sell them to people around the area, get up and let the goats loose, just let them move around the entire compound, watch the goats breed. have lots and lots and lots of kids of goats and lambs from the sheep, watch the cattle reproduce. Of course, the problem currently is that the cattle have just been giving us lots and lots and lots of males. The good thing though is that in the last 6 that have been produced, 3 of them have been female and 3 of them have been male. Now it's a bit equal, not as terrible as before. At least it's an understandable ratio. And you see, I had not always dreamt of being a farmer. Actually, I had never thought about being a farmer. I just had a dream life. Like I've told you, the dream life for me was to be free, to live the kind of life that gives me joy, to not do a particular job because I want money and I need money to survive. No. For me, I wouldn't want to live an entire 50, 60 years of my life simply looking for money. That's not the dream life, no. You want to live the kind of life that gives you joy, that gives you satisfaction, but it's also able to provide for you. You see, the thing with farming is that there's always new challenges, always new challenges. I just told you about the geese, yeah? We had 18 eggs and we only have 3 goslings. That has already got me thinking, what can I do the very next time to ensure that if we have 18 eggs, we have 18 goslings? That's the goal. The other thing is the guinea fowls. We had about 11 guinea fowls hatched. Currently, we only have 8 left. 3 of them died. It's my first time doing guinea fowls, but how can I do it better? What can I do to make it better? You always have new challenges coming up. The other time we had quite a number of birds die from our parent stock. Over 200 birds died in one night. That's a huge challenge, and it makes you think, you're thinking, what do I do? How can I make this better? Besides being a doctor and practicing medicine, there's a few things that I tried to teach myself and, try to enjoy. You guys can see the graphics that are on the channel. I do the video editing myself. I edit all the thumbnails myself. I edit all the farm up graphics myself. That's not a skill that you just wake up and you have. It's because I tried to learn those things. I tried to teach myself those things. And then I love music, guys. I love music. Yeah, I really love music. So while I was still in high school, I had a few friends who owned guitars. So I got guitars from them and I started to learn. So it's fun and I enjoy it. But while practicing medicine, there's just no way I would get time to play my guitar. It was just too time consuming. You're always in the hospital or you're in the clinic or you're in the field. The schedule is set out for you because there's something you have to do. Also, I tried to learn a new language. I tried to learn Spanish, Espanol, and I got okay at it. I can converse, yeah. But then with the whole medical thing and being in hospital, it just didn't give you time to try to, perfect it or even think about traveling. But with being a farmer, I can get my guitar out in the evening, just go and sit somewhere, get out my guitar or ukulele and just play it, sing to myself, just enjoy the evening, just enjoy the wind, just be happy. Farming is quite different from other kinds of jobs. It's a full-time job. You need to be present. The birds need to be fed every day. For the free-range birds, it's a bit easier. But if you're doing commercial birds like the parent stock that we have, or you're doing commercial broilers or layers, or you're doing the cattle, you need to be present. You need to be present to feed them. Or at least there has to be someone around. And, I have to be around to ensure that the guys are doing the correct stuff. But the advantage with it is that once you're done, you've given the birds the feed and everything, there's not too much to do. You can go and sit down, relax, pick a chicken, eat the chicken. I've always dreamt of eating guinea fowls. Currently we just have 8, so I'm not ready to eat them because I want to multiply the number. I want to grow the number to as high as possible, maybe 40, 50 or even more. So I won't eat them. But the thing with farming is that you can go buy your guinea fowls, 2 of them, raise them, multiply them and have as many as you need or as many as you want. And how do I forget? Farming has enabled me to connect with people like you. You see, it's not obvious that I would do YouTube and be successful. It's already something big that I'm this successful on YouTube in such a short time. I feel so proud, I'm so glad. But I'm so glad that I even get to connect to people like you. The people who are watching me, people from the US, people from Kenya, people from Uganda, people from all over the entire world. I just can't mention all the countries because I know the people who are watching me from all countries. Sometimes people send me messages and they're like, hey, I'm watching you from such and such a country. And I'm like, okay, this is the first time I've heard of such a country. I thought I knew all countries in the world. First time I've heard of that. So it's a pleasure and it's a dream life for me. And I'm still quite young, I'm 29, turning 30 next year in June. And I still have a lot to accomplish. I feel like there is too much outside there for me. I feel like the dream is actually just starting out. Everything is just young for me. And if it's a dream, I'm still right at the beginning of the dream. So I know this is quite a random video, quite hard to understand, but I just want to encourage someone, you know, you can have your dream life. You can be happy in farming. And not just in farming, you can have your dream life in whatever you choose to chase. Come on, just chase it. Be happy. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Like the skies will keep blue, I will keep happy. Next year and through time, you'll find me smiling under the moonlight. I will be happy, cause your word is the truth that can't be removed. Like the skies will keep blue, I will keep happy.